everybody, welcome back to the channel. So glad to have you along for another drive along. Today is a special day. We're going to venture south to the beautiful coastal town of Carpinteria.
World's safest beach.
World's safest beach, just 10 miles south of Santa Barbara. This cute little coastal community still has all the charm of the old surf towns, the old California beach towns. It hasn't been, there's a lot of local shops. They have a cute little downtown district, Linden Avenue, and a great little beachfront area. The coastal beach is like pristine, very calm waters. That's why it's the safest beach in the world, and it has a great campground right on the beach. Really cute little downtown too. I love Carpinteria.
I wonder if, I was just thinking about that. You said, it's called World's Safest Beach. In my head, I was thinking is maybe the safest beach town in terms of like theft and like the safest place to live, just because it's such a small, quaint town and it's just there's not much crime and everybody kind of knows each other. But that's a good point. It's like there's no rip currents, there's no big waves. I wonder what designates that the safest
factor
beach.
What they did, I think, is how many beach accidents and drownings at the beach versus the amount of people that visit it. And the amount of people that visit it really increases during the summertime, especially because you have Carpinteria State Beach right there with the campgrounds. And that's when the water is the calmest. It's like a lake all summer long. So you get a ton of visitors and you have really calm, mellow oceans.
That's funny. I think I've been thinking about it wrong the whole time, but that makes sense.
Yeah, and we're going by Santa Claus Lane right now, which back in the day, there was this little strip of commercial buildings, and the crown jewel was this building that had a huge Santa Claus on it that's been relocated down to Oxnard. You can see it along the side of the freeway, but this little stretch right here is one of the coolest little beaches, but it's been under complete renovation. Like, they've totally changed it. It's got new parking. This is a staging ground for the construction, so it's getting a new face. But growing up, that was our go-to beach. And then as we started having kids, we'd take the kids there and have the weekend beach days there. It's a lot of great memories, and this is where Santa Claus Lane is, and there's some cool little restaurants and everything there that you could go and hang out, especially Padaro Beach Grill.
There's people hanging out there, a little surf camp set up. I think there's like summer surf camp for the kiddos. I guess the kids are getting back to school, but what a perfect day for the beach. It's not too hot. The Tesla said it's 73 degrees. Other parts of the country, if you're in Florida right now, you're probably burning up and too hot to go to the beach. The sand will burn your feet. And I mean, how lucky are we that basically year round you can have a decent beach day, and the water temperature right now is like 70 degrees, which is money. And
right here on the side, this is new too. They just built this bike path to help connect the bike path from Santa Claus Lane there all the way through town to where you could get and go past Rincon, continue along the freeway on a designated bike path. So take advantage of this great weather Avi was talking about. Get out on a bike. The city, the community, Santa Barbara County in general, but definitely Santa Barbara and Carpinteria, made huge investments on making biking more safe and encouraging people to get on their bikes.
It's a great place to live, and we got some really cool properties we're going to show you guys. Right now we have picked out 3. We're starting with the more entry level for a single family in Carpinteria. We're going to 4485 Mesa Lane, located on a quiet cul-de-sac just moments from the beach in downtown Carpinteria. This spacious 2-story home offers the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. We got a 6-bed, 3-bath, built in 1971, a little bit over 2,000 square feet on a 6,000 plus square foot lot for $1.645. So price per square foot right here, not bad. And we were kind of talking earlier, I was asking, do we think, Carpinteria or Goleta on average is higher price per square foot? Because a property like this, a 6-bedroom in Goleta, that could honestly be more, or depending on where exactly it is, could be about the same.
Right.
But yeah.
The neighborhoods in Goleta kind of have some different thresholds. Like if you're over by Mountain View School, this place might be low 2s, but if you're, maybe out in like by Elwood, it might be more like this price.
Yeah. But Carpinteria obviously has a wide-ranging, they have the beachfront estates that can be multiple millions, 8 figures, and this is kind of more entry level. So it'll be interesting to see. This one did just come on the market, 2 days on market, and
6 bedrooms, that's quite a lot.
6 bedrooms. It looks like that's kind of a unique configuration. I think some of the homes in Carp, there's some, it's one of those neighborhoods, it's kind of like the Mesa, kind of like other parts of Santa Barbara, where some homes can be incredibly remodeled right next to a home that's been in a family for 50 years that looks a little bit grungy. So there's just a lot of mix in these kind of standard Carpinteria neighborhoods.
Yeah, I'd agree. And we're going to get back up in here where you could start to see where approaching kind of the base of the foothills. They're much less developed here than they are in Santa Barbara, but you do get some ranches up there that you could see, some avocado groves and whatnot to kind of remind you that we're, you know, the history of Carpinteria, a lot of farming, a lot of orchards, and today it continues with lots of greenhouse farming, cut flower farming, orchids, all kinds of stuff going on in Carp to continue its roots, its tradition of agriculture.
And one thing I would say is if you've been looking to move to Santa Barbara and you're not seeing as much space for what you want price-wise, definitely consider adding Carp to the list just to check out some houses. You know, Goleta as well. But Carp, honestly, price per square foot and options, you know, there's a lot in Carp. Definitely worth checking out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Carp a lot. It's a sleepy little town, so you got to be used to a sleepy little lifestyle or be willing to venture into the big city of Santa Barbara. I lived in Carp for about 5 years, so I got to experience it. The beach lifestyle is second to none. For a little bit, we were down a block off Carp State Beach, so you could walk to Linden for ice creams or you know, breakfast or something, or a dinner, and walk down to the beach, and even, like, you know, run back to your house real quick if you needed to while you're at the beach. So super nice lifestyle, real sleepy and chill, and all oriented towards that kind of casual California beachy vibe.
And there's just a lot of improvements, a lot of investment coming up here. I'm going to be on Friday going to Linden Square. I need to make a video. We should make a video on that together.
We'll pop in today.
Yeah.
When we go, we're going to go towards Arbol Verde, and maybe we'll stop into the square and show it to you guys.
Let's do that. It's basically Carpinteria's version of public market.
Yeah, it is. It's super nice. I've been there a couple times, so we'll definitely want to show that off. And maybe we'll go show off the beach as well. But stick around. And if you're new to the channel, we didn't quite introduce ourselves, I don't think. But Joe and Avi, we're at Berkshire Hathaway, and we're going to take you on a tour to see 3 different homes today, starting with this one. And we'll go show you some more amenities of the community of Carpinteria as well. So thanks for watching, and this is going to be a fun one. Let's see this first house.
Like and subscribe, and let's check it out.
Yeah. All right, everybody, super nice cul-de-sac. Love the mature trees. Always love being on a cul-de-sac. It just tends to mean you're not going to have a ton of traffic. So you get the idea of the hood and what the neighbors are like and the proximity. This has got a nice stamped concrete driveway. Looks like a 2-story home. Garage. Probably not interior access if a door's there. Let's go see. All right. Upon entering, you got a nice voluminous living room. Bleached wood floor or laminate floor. A little bit of a vault, dual pane windows. And off to the bedrooms over there, but we'll go past this closet. Let's see what we got here. Hard to open, just a closet. Nice bright kitchen, lots of natural light coming in through this window, especially this time of day. Looks like they got Caesar on the countertops. A little island, functional there. You could sit at it, entertain some guests. Got a laundry room here. Goes through to the bathroom, but we'll go and see that after we go by this over here. Back it up. All right, so a little family area here. Breakfast nook area. Always like those. Would love to have a built-in booth. Okay, this little landing zone looking out towards the ocean. That way I actually can see a little fraction of blue ocean out there. I'm not going to zoom into it because you got to look through a lot of trees, but there is a little opening to remind you how close you are to the beach. Probably as the crow flies, maybe about a mile away. Nice room there. Dual sinks. Then the water closet with a pocket door. Those views of the mountains. I love the exposed rock up on the mountains. It's like a mix of the chaparral and the trees, and then some really beautifully exposed bedrock. All right, I think there was a little bit more downstairs because there's 2 bedrooms up, and then there was that other wing where we're going to find the rest of the rooms, I think. Okay, one of our bathrooms. Bedroom here. Being set up as an office. Bedroom here. Got the mirror wardrobe doors there. Some hallway storage. Okay. Number 3 down here. More mirrored wardrobes, and then number 4. So this is that bathroom that we looked in that was at the other side of the laundry. And the bedroom associated with it is what would be considered the primary here. It's the biggest. So maybe the way they have it set up, 3 bedrooms and an office down here, plus the 2 more upstairs. Really nice layout for a bigger family. All right, now let's go see there's Dan the Man. He's the legend in town. Broker in Montecito at our office. And the outdoors. Okay, side yard is nice. Got some lemons. It's like an apple tree. Some of that PVC fencing, durable. You don't have to worry about termites. The setbacks are a little tighter here, so your neighbors are a little closer, but you do have some room to get out here and garden if you want. Okay. Carpinteria house number 1, under 1.7 million, gets you 6 bedrooms and a 2-car garage, some bathrooms. What do you think?
What do you think of that one?
I thought it was clean. You know, it wasn't fancy, but it was comfortable. It was clean. It had a lot of space. Obviously, the 6 bedrooms gives you a lot of versatility. If you have a larger family, if you have relatives that come stay, you know, friends, you got plenty of room. Maybe you have to, you know, older family member you need to live with you. You got the downstairs rooms, the upstairs rooms. So I could see the way people are living these days with more generations in one house. That could really work for somebody.
Very true.
With all that extra space. But yeah, I mean, it was basic, clean enough.
Yep.
2-car garage. Yard space seemed a little tight, but that's, I think, what you get. You can see the density in the neighborhoods around here are a little bit tight.
Yep. More tract style, but you know, there's like that one on the corner. That one was huge and tricked out, where like this one is pretty basic. I think you could do some upgrading to that, but it would definitely, I could see that being pretty much a family home. I feel like for a second home, it's not the ideal layout because the rooms are a little tighter, but
yeah, I like the fact that this neighborhood doesn't have overhead utility lines until we get to right here.
True.
Back there, everything we just drove, there was no overhead utility lines. We got this one line right here that's survived. I don't know if they've buried them or they just never had them above ground, but it's interesting that I was just thinking that, and then we see one.
Yeah. Well, our next spot we're going to, 5118 Concord Place. You're going to go right into 0.1 mile at the stop sign at the end of the street.
I can finally
nice.
get
We're going
connected.
now. Good.
Signal works.
We got an exquisitely redesigned and perfectly balanced for relaxation and entertaining, easy free flow, 3-bedroom, 2-bath Cape Cod Garden Jewel.
Ooh.
Offers multiple high-end appointments. Maybe they were trying to say appliances, but they wrote appointments.
No, I think like appointments is kind of like, you know, the different finishes.
Oh,
and,
nice.
You know,
I've never heard that. Custom cabinetry and meticulously sourced finishes with every element thoughtfully chosen to elevate the living experience. Single level, 1,576 square foot home featuring a remodeled kitchen, bathrooms, finished garage, dog washing station. Wow.
Nice.
And more is located within one of the most private and sought after developments, Seacoast Village. I don't know if I
I've sold one in here before. These are PUDs, so it's like a house, but
Yep.
you're in an association. I think they have a pool. I think they've got like a $200 or $300 monthly association fee
Yep.
for that pool, and they keep some of the grounds around the community tidied with a gardener service. So, you know, you're gonna get. I think the biggest value of that is going to be the pool, and then a community with some control over the aesthetics of it. In a neighborhood like that we were just at, you know, you're not going to have that association fee, but then you won't have that control over the aesthetics. If someone wants to park, you know, weird cars in front of their house or on their front lawn, or, you know, leave some debris out and stuff, there's not much you could do about it in a traditional neighborhood. But in a place like this, you know, there's probably going to be some rules and some, so that's good and bad depending on what you like and your personality type, I think.
This one was originally at 2.2. It's been on the market 45 days, and now they're at 1,995. So they're down 200,000 in price. Okay. Just kind of shows you what we were talking about on my video, talking about the market that's going to be coming out on Friday. We said 53% of the homes, at least in Santa Barbara, are selling for below the original list price. So this one will be in that category. And it also sold for 1.529 back in 23. So that was 725. So it's July of 23. So they only held it for 2 years, and they've increased the price significantly in those 2 years that they've held it.
And they updated it, huh?
They must have done the updating. Yeah, that's what's included in the price. But yeah, interesting to see a dog washing station. I don't know if I've ever seen that marketed in a listing before. I wonder what that even looks like. Maybe a little dog tub in like in the outside area or something like that.
Yeah, a nice little probably walk-in area with maybe a lower plumbing fixtures to accommodate the dog.
Yep. But I would say all of Santa Barbara, and even Carpinteria especially, it's so dog friendly. You can take your dogs to most of the restaurants. Maybe sometimes they'll just make you sit outside, or all the coffee shops. If you are a dog lover, the beaches are very dog friendly. There's probably some spots in Carp, like how there is in Mesa Lane, where you can be off-leash dogs.
Yeah.
I bet there's some beaches. I don't know off the top of my head which ones are, but
for sure, there's lots of empty beaches. Even if you went to like Rincon
True.
and you walk to the right, you know, that beach gets pretty desolate and empty once you get down there.
yeah.
But this is a nice little community. You could see the aesthetics, very uniform and nice and pleasant, and great gardens
Yeah.
on a lot of the homes that we went by coming down this cul-de-sac. And you're not going to get a lot of traffic. Again, be down on the beach. And if you jumped in your car, you could be at the beach in like 3 minutes. So let's see what this one has to offer.
Let's check it out.
Like the flowers. All right, here's a little street view on this one. Looks like they have some solar panels up there. Nice little walk up here, beautiful little gardens. Nice sitting area, I can see the mountains over there. All right, here's the entry. You got some nice, looks like laminate wood floors, maybe a luxury vinyl. Nice box window there, gives a little extra dimension to the room with the recessed lighting and the vaulted ceiling. You got a gas fireplace in the corner there. You can imagine at night adding some ambiance to the room. A step down into the dining area. Some French doors out to the backyard, and also access into this beautiful kitchen that they've remodeled. They chose a really colorful black splash. You got some solid surface countertops, some beautiful wood cabinets, some nice hardware, giving it a nice modern, minimalist vibe to it. Because they tucked in the fridge, that's really slick. In the microwave, we got a little bit of an island and a little booth here that you could sit at breakfast with the wine fridge and a fun little light fixture up there. Okay. So let's go back out and find the bedrooms. Go. Nice room. This is one of the biggest floor plans in the community of 55 homes, one of the lowest HOA dues. You do take care of your own building and your own exterior maintenance and your own backyard, but all the other grounds will be covered, and then that pool and changing area They might even have a little barbecue area out by the pool. Will be covered with your dues. And I think you're also going to be covering your own insurance. But look at this, nice bathroom. They did that trending lighting underneath. And then this shower's got some nice interest with those vertical lines. Oh, interesting. Interior access into the garage, but you go right into the bathroom. Hey honey, I'm home. Oh. Okay. This is the primary. About almost twice as big as the other bedrooms in the house. So definitely going to be a comfortable space to retreat to at the end of the day. I like the double doors, give it a more grand feel as well. And let's see what the private bath looks like. Ooh, nice. Very cool. Okay, so beautiful lighting, beautiful tile. Hitting all the boxes. Look at, they got that wallpaper, which is a textured, almost like seagrass look to it. Tiny little tub, so cute. Look at this, great, more of that cool tile. It's kind of like the backsplash, but bigger. I love how they did that drain too. That's really slick. And then this tub is classic. Oh my God, that is so tiny. I could fit half my body in it, but it's still nice to have, especially if you got kids. Really cool. I like the dual sink setup with that little makeup area in the center. Okay, now let's go see what we got out here. One of the biggest lots as well, so you got this great amount of side yard space, tapers off down there. They've done a great job with the landscaping here. This is a magnolia tree, looks like a cherry tree, and that one there is ficus, jacaranda, citrus, stone fruit right in front of me here, it looks like. So you got an arbor to get a little shade if you want. Nice fountain, help block some of the traffic noise on Foothill, and then the other yard. So being on the end of the cul-de-sac, we kind of flare out. That's always nice. Let's go see if we can find it. Street sweeper cruising the neighborhood. That's something you don't see every day. I wonder if the HOA pays to get a street sweeper through here. But we just walked over from the house to give you an idea, like if you live there and you were paying that $210 a month, what you get, and you get a neighborhood that has these cool walking paths with this beautiful landscaping that you never have to worry about weeding or mowing. So this improves your environment tremendously to have all this green space as a part of your neighborhood that you get to enjoy. Like if you had a dog, you'd probably bring them over here and run on this lawn. Oh, and I didn't even need the key. It looks like it's open. Oh, we got the pool guy here. So here's the pool deck. Got some aggregate stone, bathrooms, and it looks like solar. And then if you want to get out of the sun, no barbecue or anything, but if you want to get out of the sun, you could get out here or drag one of these chairs back out to the deck. Even almost doable for lap swimming. It's kind of small, but you might be able to get in some laps. All right. Nice little place.
Tricked out remodel. The agent said that the owner spent $500,000 plus on all the remodeling, all the bathrooms, aesthetics, systems have been redone, solar, and it just goes to show, you know, bought it in 23, spent $500,000, and after agent fees and everything else, even if it was to sell at $2 million, they'd still be walking away a little bit under what they paid. So it's good to know that if you have to move, you know, obviously things come up, but you're not always going to get what you put into a house. That's just the rule. It's not always.
Yeah, and some people, you know, they understand this getting into it, and they take on the adventure of speculating and buying it with the intention of selling it. And others, which I got the story here, sounds like she bought it with the intention of staying in it and was remodeling it for herself, and some family situations changed which are forcing her to move out of the state. So those situations are always kind of a little bit heartbreaking. You know, you see someone dialing a place in thinking that their future's there, and then now they got to sell it, and especially if they have to sell it and they're going to lose a little money.
Mm-hmm. For someone who may be on that type of property, it's single level, retiree, super safe, lock and leave, completely move-in ready. That could be a great option for that type of buyer.
You could tell that was for the owner because the landscaping, usually on specs, they don't dial the landscape so amazing. That landscape was really tricked out, and she had just done the brick paver driveway and brick paver walkway, which just, you know, kind of is the polishing touch of that landscape to have the hardscape all dialed in along with it. It just makes it feel really nice.
Mm-hmm. Interesting to see what it sells for. They've done a aggressive price reduction, and it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, it's a little bit smaller, so not everybody's going to want a 2 and 2. But I feel like we were talking about the HOA is pretty good value as well. It's not super expensive, and you get a really nice pool and a nice green belt, and they seem to maintain the road and all the landscaping very well. So I think someone who ever buys it would love living there.
Yeah, I think that could be the only, if someone really needs that third bedroom. But look at how quickly we are descending on downtown Carpinteria, right? So we just went over the 101 freeway. We're on Linden Avenue, which is the main drag. We're going to pass Linden and Carp Avenue, which is kind of the main intersection of downtown Carpinteria, because this Carp Ave has some shops and restaurants and things going on. And then, of course, Linden ends at the beach, and this is the other section that's got a lot going on. And you know, when you spend a day in Carpinteria, a lot of people like to go to these towns and walk the town, you know, and so you'd park and walk up and down Linden, pop into the shops and just kind of, you know, kill some time, maybe get a coffee or a drink. There's lots of cool places.
One of the best smoothies in town right there, Pacific Health Foods.
I love that spot.
So good.
Great little sandwiches too, organic market.
Guiccio's, casual Italian, great sandwiches and pastas. I feel like, you know, this strip is really underrated. This is kind of Carp's version of State Street, where it's all the best shops, all the, you know, cool things to do, and run straight to the beach. And if you've spent time in Santa Barbara but you've never come and walked Linden, gotta put it on your list.
Yeah.
And there's Linden Square.
There's the new spot. We'll let's see if I can find a parking spot. I'm gonna go to the beach here, show you guys what Carp State Beach looks like, and then
there's one right there.
We're gonna pull over, and maybe grab that spot if it's still there. Probably won't be, but I usually have good parking karma, so something should show up. But let's just finish this little strip.
Yeah.
And good news for the Santa Barbara group today. We've got a closing right down here. We sold a 1-bedroom condo, which works great as a vacation rental. It's one of the few places where you could buy an investment where the HOA management handles vacation rental management as well if you want. So you've got flexibility of just turning it over to the local management, which will advertise it and book it, and they get regular people calling to ask what's available. Or you could do it yourself and put it on Airbnb, but it's in the zone of Carpinteria that allows for licensed vacation rentals. Sometimes they're booked up. They have 3 tiers of zoning: Zone A, Zone B, Zone C. And Zone A, closest to the beach, has availabilities. Back here, B and C, there's a wait list to get on them. So, like, for example, this one that we sold today, the new owner is going to be able to go to the city and apply and pay for it and get a license to run it as a vacation rental. So that's kind of cool. And something unique about this area, Carpinteria versus Santa Barbara. You know, we don't have in Santa Barbara these A, B, and C tier zone areas, but they've really come up with a more intricate plan to how to manage their vacation rental stock here. So this is the condo community where we just had the closing, across the street from the beach, and now we're on Sandyland. If I would have kept going straight to that parking lot, that would get you down to the beach, but I'm just going to pop into this cul-de-sac because all these streets here end in a cul-de-sac that ends with a little bit of parking, and then the world's safest beach.
And I mean, having an Airbnb, it's so great and so flexible, where you get somebody else who's going to pay for your mortgage, potentially all the HOA dues, all the taxes. You can use it when you want. Friends and family can use it when they want. When it's not booked, if you live nearby, you could, you know, come swing down and get a little vacation. It's just a very flexible way to invest in real estate that I feel like no other type of long-term investment can compare with when it comes to the options that you get.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go see the beach real quick. All right, here's the beach scene down here. Nice little kite flying. Got the locals going out for a paddle. This berm has been knocked down, but imagine in the wintertime they take a tractor and they build a berm to protect all these homes here on the ocean front. One of the few places in the 805 area or the Santa Barbara South Coast area where you could actually live on the sand. And right down there is Carp State Beach, where the campground is. All of this is Carp State Beach, but that's where the campground is down there. And look at, they've got a little platform out there they do for the summertime. So that's fun. You go swim out there and hang out on the water. Okay. So there it is, world's safest beach, one of the best. Okay, let's go and see the new Linden Square, and then we're going to take you to the Concha Loma neighborhood. It's kind of Carpinteria's premier beachy neighborhood. It reminds me a lot of the Mesa in Santa Barbara. You know, it's like walk to the beach, you're right adjacent to the beach. Most of the people living there are really beach-centric type personalities. Lots of surfboards and beach gear and probably, you know, tents and umbrellas and beach chairs and just living that vibe, salt on the skin type of environment.
Yeah, and I would say pricing is pretty close to the Mesa too, right? Like this one that we're gonna see is a 4-bed, 3-bath, 1,200 square foot, and it's at 2.5. So I bet, you know, in the Mesa, depending on where exactly you are, if you're in the coastal zone of the Mesa, you're probably gonna be about the same.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's similar. Maybe a little bit less expensive out here. Yeah.
And Airbnb wise, do you know, so is that in one of the zones that's available to get permits in?
I don't know. I thought it was more focused around here. I don't think you can over in that area. It's a beachy neighborhood, but I don't think you could find the permit for it.
Got it.
All right. So we are going to, let's see, I wonder if I could double park. Oh, there's a spot right over there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get us parked, and then I'm going to show you the new Linden Square. All right, so much change happening in Carp recently. Matt Moore Designs over there, a staple, recently sold. The surf shop's closed, but it looks like they might reopen according to rumors around town. Little Dom's restaurant here. This across the street, the Palms, just an institution back in the day. It was where you could cook your own meat and stuff. They just give you the raw meat and they have big barbecues inside. But here we go, Linden Square, you got Channel Island Surf Shop anchoring it with another little boutique where you can buy clothes and whatnot. And then Third Window Brewing Company. Most of these shops in here are transplants from Santa Barbara where they just extended into, they're really popular in Santa Barbara, so they extended out here. So this Third Window Brewing Company is a really popular restaurant and brewery down in Santa Barbara. And they're known for their smash burger. They kind of brought the smash burger craze back to life, if it ever went away. And then Tina's Pizza over here. This is really good pizza. And over here they've got some sitting areas where you could relax in the shade. And they're still under construction up there. I don't think you could get to yet, but Corazon, this is a taqueria over here, super nice, really delicious food. And then one more area to share with you all is Dark Coffee just opened. So like I said, still under construction. I can't take you up there yet, but I was here a week ago having lunch with my mom and this was not open yet, so. But I was here having lunch again yesterday and went through and noticed that it was open. So here's what the Dark Coffee is looking like as well. Really cool. All right, everyone, welcome to Carpinteria. There's Linden Square, the new hotspot, bringing in lots of people. All right, back down Linden. We got one more house to show you. That's our little introduction to some of the hot spots of Carpinteria, some of the main reasons why people like to live here. This beautiful downtown, that beautiful beach, and these beautiful mountains in the backdrop.
And it's a Wednesday midday, and there's definitely still a lot of people bouncing around, shopping, going to the restaurants. So imagine this on a Friday, on a weekend day. I mean, Carp is really hot, not just for the residents of Santa Barbara and Montecito, but from people I feel like coming in from all over.
Yeah, big time.
So next we're going to check out 420 Arbol Verde. That means green tree in Spanish.
420 Green Tree.
Blaze it. Situated on a sunny corner of Arbol Verde, this special Carpinteria property has been lovingly cherished by the same family since it was built. And it was built in 1957. Wow, so only one family has been the owner for over 50 plus years.
That goes to show it's a nice place to live.
Yeah, people don't leave often. The move-in ready main house offers a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, highlighted by a wood-burning fireplace, updated kitchen and bath, upgraded flooring and baseboards, and the fresh paint throughout. A detached 1-bedroom, 1-bath guest house with its own private side entry makes an excellent rental, guest retreat, or extended family space. Outdoor living at its best with beautiful patios, mature landscaping surrounding the property, a convenient outdoor shower for beach days, gotta have that, and a 2-car garage. All of this in one of Carpinteria's most sought after neighborhoods, close to favorite beaches and just minute fits of downtown. All the best of Carp.
And this one's all the way down, like almost on the beach.
Yeah.
About as close as you could get in this neighborhood. This neighborhood tucks up against the beach. It's, over to our right once we get up there, but this one gets even closer. It's like right there. You probably hear the ocean on a nice day.
Yep. It's close to some of the secret beaches. We're not going to say the names because people will get mad, and they're fun to keep secret, but there are local beaches here in Carpinteria as well. So if you buy a house in this neighborhood, you'll get to learn about them. This is priced at $2,495. Been on the market 3 days. Like I said, built in 1957. The main house is 1,200 square feet, and the guest house is 700 square feet. So not a bad size guest house.
No.
It's kind of unique too for a house that size to have a guest house. It's a pretty big plus. Yeah. So I feel like at that price, this one might go pretty quick, depending on how renovated it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that guest house as another option.
So we made it past the junior high of Carpinteria here. We got the post office coming up, and then this is another kind of main shopping center with a big grocery store, CVS, and some other restaurants over here. This is at Casitas and Carpinteria Avenue. And then now as we continue south here, we'll get into more of the residential area, and then eventually, we'll be out of Carpinteria and back into a lot of open space before Ventura, which kind of, you look at this south coast of Santa Barbara as like a little island with open space to the south of us as you go towards Ventura, open space to the north as you leave Goleta into Gaviota, and then obviously open space out to the ocean, and then the mountains represents the national forest. So a beautiful little island setup, and we're getting close to the edge of it in this neighborhood, the edge of the south coast of Santa Barbara County.
Little bubble of paradise. Quick question. Are there multiple elementary schools in Carp that are public, or is there just one public elementary school? Because I know there's one middle school and one high school.
Yeah.
Are there two?
There's two elementary. I don't think there's three. Definitely two.
Yep. Carp's one of those places where if you're a full-time resident here, it seems like everybody gets to know each other pretty fast. So some people love that. Some people might not be for them. It's some very small town vibes where in Santa Barbara, I feel like I've been living there for a while, and obviously Joe's been there for even longer. But when you're out and about, you'll always see a couple of people that you know, but it's not like a place where you know everybody. It's too big of a town to be like that. So this one's a little bit more even, quaint.
Totally quaint. And look at these tree-lined sidewalk streets. Super cool to get out and walk around. I imagine in the weekend, people walking dogs and stuff, saying hi to the neighbors is probably pretty prevalent in these places. We're pushing up. This is the last block before the beach. These ones are all the way tucked away along the beach here, but it's not exactly on the beach. There's a little bit of land before you, but there's no more houses. So
I wonder, the train comes through here, but I still think you wouldn't. I don't think you'd hear it because you're far enough tucked away.
Yeah.
And it's not going to ring its
right.
horn,
You might get a little
think.
bit of it, but it's going to be quick and not too bad. But great access if you walk down to the beach and just make a right. You could be over in that downtown area in no time. And you get a beach walk.
Check this out.
To see it.
Prime location.
Yeah, I love this neighborhood. All right, here's the front view on this one. Nice mature landscaping, street view. Sidewalks there. A couple steps up to get to the front door, and they have this front porch tucked away with lots of privacy behind these bushes. All right. Tile on the floor. Got a nice fireplace in here, some recessed lighting. Dining room. I like these windows, dual pane. A little better than the average mill guard, it looks like. Maybe not. Kitchen, galley style, but good light, black granite, black appliances. Cruise right through to the laundry, and this bathroom tucked away. Looks nice. Clean, smooth ceilings.
Hi. You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Okay, here's our bedrooms. First one here. Carpet. Lots of light. Two different windows coming in here, and it looks like a whole wall of closet there. Another little bedroom. 1,200 square foot single family homes. Definitely tuck them in. Got the travertine on the tile. Nice big tub for this size bathroom. And then there's a nice, probably the primary bedroom. Looks like it has access to that bathroom we looked at off of the laundry. Okay, and then you've got this patio area separating the guest house and the main house. So this is what really makes it stand out. It's probably something pretty unique for this size home, is to have this extra space. Nice open kitchen there. Yeah, if you pull this one up on the map, you get an idea on how this location is situated next to some nice open space. So here's a, funky little bedroom, low ceiling, but they compensated it with the recessed lighting and the 4 windows. So that's helping it out a lot, but it's just nice to have a full bedroom and a living room in the guest house. Full kitchen, full laundry, and then bathroom. And let's see what kind of yard space we got. Little deck out here. Looks like our driveway. And you still have a garage. But I think it's pretty much just that patio space in between the units, between the home and the guest house, and then all the wraparound front yard space. That's it. That's what we're dealing with here. Okay. Okay, that's a good location buy right there. What, they want $2.5 million for it?
2.5. I feel like the house is in solid good condition, and the guest house makes it, I feel like, a very unique situated property. Plus you have the garage too.
Yeah.
I can see that one getting attacked quick.
Yeah, I think, the house feels a little small. Those rooms are a little tight and close together. But that guest house does add to some really unique flexibility to usher in a lot of different, I think, buyers that may be interested in that. So I think it has a really good shot because of its location. That number one rule in real estate is really going to play out for that one.
There's a sign a couple doors down, and that one's pending, 572 Arbol Vista, but it's very original, 3-bed, 2-bath, priced at $1,875, and that one went pending after 2 weeks.
Okay.
3 and 2, that's 1,190 square feet, but in major fixer condition. They only had one photo on the listing, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Speculator, we'll probably see that one come back on the market in about 6 months, maybe.
Oh, yeah? You think Flip Town?
I think it could be. I mean, this would be a great candidate to flip. You could get a fixer in here at the the bottom of the price point for the neighborhood. It definitely warrants putting some money into it and hoping someone comes and pays you a profit for the work you've done.
Very true.
Because that's the biggest part of the market right now that's still trending upwards and still getting attacked. Are those turnkey, well-designed homes, it seems like.
We saw some really cool mix of everything today, but I would like the finishes from house number 2 and the location of house number 3. That's the dream.
Yeah, that would be a nice setup.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I could definitely see myself back in Carpinteria one day. My mom lives out here, so I still got some roots, connection out here. I do love coming out here. The time I spent living out here is very good memories. So possibly one day. And you're that much closer to Rincon.
That's true. You're going to get more days in the water for sure if you live out here.
Yeah. So Carpinteria, what do you guys think? I hope that this turned your eyes onto a new community maybe that you didn't know about before. And if you want to explore it further, we make these videos to give you an idea of what these communities are like and then give you somebody to reach out to. So please, I invite you to introduce yourselves to us if you want to talk more about your real estate goals. Even if they're a few years out, people are doing that all the time, and we're getting them situated with a nice little way to educate themselves and build their market knowledge so that they're that much more prepared when the time's right. And when the time's right now, let's jump into action. We've got a deal closing on Friday with some wonderful people who reached out from the channel to get back to Santa Barbara after graduated from UCSB, moving away for their careers and family and eyeballing retirement and coming back to Santa Barbara. So we love helping people get back into this community who have roots here or learning more about it. So appreciate you watching. What do you think, Avi?
It's great connecting with so many people from YouTube. It's great responding to the comments. We love hearing your guys' opinions and your takes on the houses that we see. And I think the cool thing about our team is right now we're selling everything from a mobile home in Carpinteria to a beautiful estate in Montecito. There's nothing that's too big, too small. Some people are saying, oh, well, they're only showing these big, multi-million-dollar houses. Can they help us with a mobile home? Absolutely. We just love helping people no matter the situation. And the truth is we're not the perfect fit for everybody, but the people that we do end up working with oftentimes leave us really high-rated 5-star reviews. We're the most reviewed small team in SB, and we just love serving the community, and we love where we live, so it's easy to kind of share that love with the people that are exploring moving here. Yeah,
100%. So definitely reach out. Don't think we're pigeonholed into one category of real estate. We really have a great feel and understanding and relationships with agents in all the different segments of this south coast of Santa Barbara real estate market. So without anything further to share, until next week, we're making these videos weekly, so subscribe if you want to stay tuned with the next ones that come out, and explore the channel because there's a backlog of these driving tours and other videos detailing neighborhoods and communities to really help build your knowledge base. So hope you find it valuable. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Make it a great day. We'll see you on the next vid. See ya.